She couldn't move. Not her legs. Not her dreams. Not even her hope, until a little girl reminded her what love really looks like. Maria lay flat on the white bed, staring at the ceiling she had memorized 1,000 times. The sunlight poured through the tall windows of their high-rise apartment, painting golden stripes across her motionless body. She used to dance in that light. She used to run. She used to be someone else entirely. Now, she was a woman trapped inside her own skin, her spine shattered in a moment that changed everything. Her husband, David, stood beside their 7-year-old daughter, Emma. His hand rested gently on the child's shoulder. Emma held her mother's hand, the only part of Maria that still felt warm, still responded, still reminded her she was alive. "Mama," Emma whispered, her voice soft as a prayer. "Does it hurt?" Maria's eyes filled with tears. Not from pain, from love, from guilt, from the unbearable weight of feeling like a burden. "No, sweetheart," she lied, smiling through the ache in her heart. "Mama's okay." But she wasn't okay. She hadn't been okay since the accident 18 months ago. A drunk driver. A red light. A life shattered in seconds. The doctors said she'd never walk again. They said a lot of things. But what they didn't say, what no one could explain, was how to live when everything you were had been taken away. David had quit his job to care for her. Emma had stopped going to sleepovers, stopped laughing as much, stopped being a child. And Maria, she had stopped believing she deserved any of it. "I'm sorry," Maria whispered, her voice breaking. "For what?" David asked, kneeling beside the bed. "For this. For everything. For stealing your lives." Emma's grip tightened. "You didn't steal anything, Mama. You gave us everything." Maria closed her eyes. How could a child understand what she herself couldn't? David brushed a tear from Maria's cheek. "You think we're here because we have to be. We're here because we choose to be. Every single day. But I can't even." "You're still you," Emma interrupted, her young voice filled with a wisdom that didn't belong to her age. "You still tell me stories. You still help me with homework. You still make me feel safe. That's what mamas do." Maria's chest heaved with silent sobs. She had spent months drowning in self-pity, convinced she was nothing but a weight around their necks. But here was her daughter, holding her hand like it was the most precious thing in the world. "I used to think love was about what you could do," David said softly, his eyes locked on hers. "But you taught me something, Maria. Love isn't about what you do. It's about who you are. And you are everything to us." The room fell silent except for the hum of the city outside. Maria looked at her daughter, really looked at her. Emma's eyes were bright, not with sadness but with something deeper. Gratitude. Love. Pure, unshakable love. "Mama," Emma said, leaning closer, "do you know what I tell my friends at school?" Maria shook her head. "I tell them my mama is the strongest person in the world. Because even when she can't move, she never stops loving us. And that's harder than anything." David smiled, his own eyes glistening. "She's right, you know. You've been fighting a battle we can't even see. And you're still here, still with us. That takes more strength than most people will ever have." Maria felt something shift inside her. It wasn't hope, not yet. But it was something close. A crack in the darkness. A whisper that maybe, just maybe, she wasn't as broken as she thought. "I don't want to be a burden," she whispered. "You're not a burden," David said firmly. "You're our reason. You're why I wake up. You're why Emma knows what real love looks like. You're the heart of this family, Maria. And nothing will ever change that." Emma climbed onto the bed carefully, curling up beside her mother. "Can I tell you a secret, Mama?" "Always," Maria said. "I'm not sad that you can't walk. I'm just happy you're here. Because some kids don't have their mamas at all. And I have mine. And she's perfect." Maria's tears fell freely now, but they were different. Not tears of despair. Tears of grace. Of acceptance. Of love so deep it hurt in the most beautiful way. "I love you both so much," Maria said, her voice steady for the first time in months. "We know," David said, kissing her forehead. "We've always known." Emma snuggled closer. "And we're never letting you go." As the three of them sat together in that sunlit room, Maria realized something profound. She had spent so long focusing on what she had lost that she'd forgotten what she still had. A husband who chose her every single day. A daughter who saw strength where she saw weakness. A love that didn't need her to be whole to be enough. She wasn't broken. She was still Maria. Still a mother. Still a wife. Still worthy of every ounce of love they poured into her. And that was everything. The lesson. Love isn't measured by what we can do, but by who we are to the people who need us most. In our darkest moments, when we feel most broken, we often forget our worth. But true love doesn't see burdens, it sees blessings. It doesn't count sacrifices, it celebrates presence. The greatest strength isn't in standing tall, it's in allowing yourself to be loved when you feel unworthy. And sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do is simply stay, for ourselves, and for those who refuse to let us go.